So I hear that Anthony Bourdain has passed, and I'm not trying to be insensitive about that. I'm certainly not trying to poke fun at the guy or do anything bad or detrimental to his passing. I know there's a lot of people mourning it, apparently, and I feel for you when you feel pain, at a loss of someone you care about or someone you admire. Certainly, I grasp that. Uh, the thought that occurred to me that I just wanted to share with you is that I saw this little meme about him, and it said, "I wasn't raised religious. I don't believe in any higher power," and so forth, and just a couple of things. I question everything, and don't have faith in much of anything, or whatever it is. It questions everything. No religion, no God. And it occurred to me that right now, this very moment, he either knows that he has been wrong his entire life, or he knows absolutely nothing. He's either ceased to exist, as from what I could tell he believed he would do, or he has found that, wow, there is in fact a God, and I've stood before him. And I'm sure if that's the case, then there's some regret there. And I'm not just saying like, hey, that now if he didn't believe, he's going to hell and he could have gone to heaven or something like that. There's all kinds of people have a lot of different definitions of God and ideas of what the afterlife might be like. I mean, that's what the Bible says, but some people believe the Bible to varying degrees. I'm one of those people, and whether or not he's, like I said, faced with that polar scenario, or it's just something of like, hey, wow, the afterlife is here, and there is God, and he's been here the whole time, and my entire life he's tried to have a relationship with me. This creator of the universe has tried to reach out to me. He showed me things. He's touched my life in so many different ways, from the woman that I've met that's warmed my heart to the whatever it might be, all of those certain experiences, and so I kind of, like I said, it's either, wow, geez, I missed out, maybe something worse than that. Sadly, I guess that's a real possibility, but it's either regret at not knowing God, or there's nothing, right? So to me, this is the definition of an unwinnable bet and a stupid decision scientifically. I mean, if you hang your hat on science and you say, hey, this is the science, I'm about the numbers, I'm about the figures, I'm about the proof, show me the science, show me the facts, the stats, then you've got to understand this stat, that in taking that stance, you are making an unwinnable bet. I mean, there's nothing for you to gain. Nothing for you to gain. No prize to be had. You could say, well, gosh, I didn't waste all that time going to church. I don't waste time going to church. When I go to church, it's the best time I spend all week. I mean, it's terrific. I don't make it in there as often as I should. And every time I do, I go, man, this is awesome. Why am I not here all the time? You wouldn't have wasted time praying, right? Well, I can tell you from experience that prayer works, and that, I experience God. So, to say that you would have wasted time doing those things are valuable on an earthly level. Even if right now at the end, or when I get to the end, I'm standing there's nothing. I don't have that. Wow, hey, there's God, right? And it's just over. I've still gained hugely by my belief, by my faith. I mean, like I've gained. I can't actually lose by believing in God, who I know to be real, and I can't win by not believing. I mean, taking some intellectual high ground. I don't get it. Anyway, I think my point there is pretty clear. But I mean, it would basically be like not. I mean, if you said, "Hey, I want to put a bet on the Cleveland Browns to win the Super Bowl next year," right? Certainly, that would be a long shot. But it is, in fact, a bet that you could make that if you win, there's some payoff, right? I mean, you can make that bet. Making the bet that there is no God is like betting that the Yankees are going to win the Super Bowl. I mean, it's physically impossible for you to gain anything on that bet, right? I mean, you just can't win with the idea that there's no God. It doesn't help you now. It doesn't help you in the afterlife. So if you're all about the science, I mean, isn't it worth considering? The only thing that you can be sure of in this debate, hey, is there God? Is there not God? You will never know as long as you are on this earth. You will never know. But the thing that you can be sure of as a scientist and as someone who says prove it is the result. I mean, and the result, once you're dead, is either, damn, wow, I missed out on this. Like I said, and maybe worse. Maybe worse. It's written that it's worse than that. Or there's nothing. I mean, there's absolutely nothing, and you don't win anything. You don't get a prize. You and me experience it the same way, which is not at all. So, I ask you to consider the science. And like I said, I'm not trying to be insensitive about this man's passing or anyone's passing or anyone's beliefs or anything like that. These are just some thoughts that I had. And I thought that, hey, this guy's passing has touched a lot of people. Maybe I can touch a lot of people as a result.